In the kitchen with Chef Carol again. God bless you. Love ya. Thanks for subscribing and watching my channel, guys. Love you with the love of Christ. But today, I'm going to go ahead and cook. I'm going to tell you my experience I had in the store today, which I see my improvement along with the prayer and my devotion. So let's get started, guys, with this meal while I give you my story of my experience this morning while shopping. Okay, so first off, I have a half of a chicken. I have that half of chicken that I had. I went ahead and cleaned it up real good last night, patted it dry, added some olive oil. I have some rosemary and some thyme, and I just let it sit overnight. And this is going to be some barbecue chicken for today. So let's take that chicken out so I can get it seasoned up. Got that nice piece of half of a chicken. So I just go ahead and put that in the pan there. And I went ahead and I have some garlic butter, garlic spread. I have some of that. I'm just going to go ahead and coat my chicken with. I'm just going to go ahead and take some out. It would be better if it was like lightly melted to give it a better, but I'm going to put it under the skin. Go ahead and add it all up under the skin. I went ahead and cleaned that all up. I'm going to put it up underneath the chicken as well. So I say 2 tablespoons of butter. And I'm just going to go ahead and put in there, in the leg, and just sticking it down in there, in that skin, for my chicken to come out nice and moist as well as flavorful. Okay, so now that I have that in there, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to take these off. I'm going to go ahead and put some rub on. I have some brown sugar bourbon rub here that I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle on top of the chicken. Nice amount. Make it nice and flavorful. So in my experience today, got up this morning, felt good, had my devotions, went ahead and got in the car. I was still praying and thanking God for the day, for all His blessings, and for safe travels, and just to have a blessed day today. So I go in the store, I'm all prayed up and everything. I'm going to add some red pepper. So that's just a teaspoon of red pepper flakes there, crushed red pepper. And so I'm feeling good. I just wanted to go to the store, quick pick up a thing of aluminum foil. Just one little thing of aluminum foil. So I go into the Dollar Tree there, and that's something said before I even went in, how they had the tombstones for Halloween. They had right at the window. I said, wait a minute, something hey, right here. And I go in, I'm walking around, and just looking around for some things, and go in line. Ain't no one else in the store. It was nice and peaceful, nice and beautiful in there. Didn't have to wait in the line and stand there and, get frustrated and all. So as I go walk up, the young man there, he's standing there with his lashes on and had his little tight jeans on. I could see all of his groins, all that. I seen all that. So I said, oh, wow. They eat Pop-Tarts. And, I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. I'm not, mad at him, you know, pray for him. So, I'm gonna add one onion in the pan too as well. With my barbecue chicken, I'm gonna put that right along the sides. So, I go ahead and brings my stuff up, and you know, I could tell he was new because, you know, I go in there a lot. You know, been going there for years with different people in and out, managers and all. And so he didn't know what he was doing apparently, because he rang my stuff up, and I had to, you know, I knew I had, you know, a couple dollars, you know, on my card for what I was getting, which was aluminum foil, and it's only $1.25. So I did it 3 times. You know nowadays how it is with the, you know, with that scamming and hacking and stuff. I'm like, oh, wait a minute here. I know my money's on the card. And he didn't say nothing the whole time I'm in line. He's just nonchalant. Like, lady. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside, guys. I'm going to go ahead and cut up some garlic. I'm going to add some garlic into the pot as well. I'm going to set this aside while I chop my garlic. So that's my chicken, my seasoning for my chicken. And I'm going to just add some chopped garlic. So I'm in line. I'm just standing there. And he doesn't say a word the whole time. So I look over after the 3rd time my card didn't go through. I turn around and just ask for someone else to help from another guy. The other guy that was in there, he was new too. He comes over and, you know, do what he do. And doesn't say a word. They looked like it was my fault. The guy didn't know what he was doing. So I said, Lord have mercy, just let me get out of here safe. You know, don't let me, you know, show my behind today. So, a couple things he had on the counter wasn't mine, and he's ringing it up. I said, excuse me, sir, that is not mine. You're ringing up, you know. I started to go off real hard on him. Excuse me, but that's not mine. You're just ringing anything up now, you know. And I had to catch myself. So then he's like, well, man, well, you know how they get. So, I'm still holding my peace there. So I'm going to go ahead and add this garlic into the chicken. I'm just going to put it right on top of that chicken there. Get the round sides all up in there. I'm going to flip that chicken around. So I want the skin side up. That way it bakes better. And then as I go ahead and add my barbecue, it'd be easier to barbecue my chicken. So now I'm just going to go ahead and flip that back around, add them vegetables down in there so we can get that nice and seasoned up there. And again, I'm using that brown sugar bourbon. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add some adobo as well to that. And I'm going to add some paprika. Put that all around there. I'm going to add some paprika, some cilantro along with that. Find my paprika here, guys. I finished telling you my story. So I just seen that, you know, how they just had that attitude. I'm like, oh, Lord, let me get up out of here. And I don't know why every time I go in there, it's just something, you know. And I had to actually have to catch myself before I even go up to the cash register to actually deal with these folks here. So, I'm going out the store. On my way out the store, after got done 3 times, they had to ring up my items, and I'm like, wait a minute here, something ain't right. You guys are just doing this too many times. So, on the way out, I could see them talking. I said, I'm never coming back in this store again. I know they were like good, but, you know, it's just sad how, you know, the attitude and what we have to go through, you know, in life when we go in these stores and things, but we have to be armored. We have to be armored. I'm telling you, you best be armored going out here today, going in these stores, dealing with different attitudes and spirits and things. But I can say for myself that I think I did pretty good, because any other time I would have been going hard. So I just thank God for, you know, I have my rice on over here. Have that going. That's going to be done. So I'm going to make some cabbage. I'm going to get that started. But I want to get my chicken in. I'm kind of slow today because it just should have been done already. Get this started and get my chicken in the oven. I'm going to place that lid on my chicken and get it right in the oven. So we'll just put that in the oven. I got my onion, my celery. I have my seasoning on there real good. And now I can just let that sit in the oven for maybe an hour or so. Just let it bake. You go ahead and put that in the oven. Get that out the way. And get started with my cabbage. I have 1 can of sweet potatoes. Since it's just the meal for me today, I have 1 can of sweet potatoes. I'm just going to go ahead and I went and bought, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this sweet potato yam glaze and yam glaze. I'm going to try this today and see how that turns out, guys. So let me get cleaned up and get started with my cabbage. So guys, I have a small cabbage here that I'm going to go ahead and cut down. I'm going to fry some cabbage here with some of that garlic butter spread. And I have some of this ham that I'm going to go ahead and chop up one of these hams and add that to my cabbage as well. So I'm going to go ahead and I need to go ahead and get my ham fried up first, because I like my ham to be nice and crispy before I add it to my cabbage. That way when it fries, it doesn't break down. So let me rinse this off here. I was going to make some beans as well, but it's just me today. So I rinsed my ham. So I'm going to add some ham into my cabbage today. Got a small cabbage. See how small that cabbage is? I'm going to go ahead and fry that. I'm going to get that started. Keep an eye on my rice here. Yeah, I can turn that down to low. That's almost done. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and turn on my pan here so I can get my cabbage fried up. Alright, so now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to cut my ham into squares here as good as I can. Don't need much, so I'm only going to use one. Got some potatoes I'm going to add as well. So I'm going to go ahead and coat this pan with some olive oil. Got a little bit left in here. That's all I need is just a tad bit of olive oil. Just pull that over so you can see. Get that heated up nicely. That's done here. So I can go ahead and fry my ham. Get that started. Then I can chop my cabbage. Get that on. I'm going to add a teaspoon of, I'll do that after. I'll put that in. I'll put some butter in after I get my my ham cooked down. And then I'll go ahead and chop my cabbage and green peppers and my jalapeno. Get those rinsed off. And then I'll go ahead and with the second phase of my cabbage. Okay, let's get our ham going here. Get that to frying. Get that nice and coated on the outside. While that's going, I'm going to go ahead and start my cabbage. Okay? Alright. So the moral to my story is that I wasn't prayed up this morning going out of here, you know, just to get some aluminum foil. You know, you think your day's going good, but you got to be prayed up going outside nowadays, you know, if you want to continue to get your blessings. So, I can see the change in myself. But I would have been put out the store and they would have told me never to come back if I would have had it my way. With the attitude, you know. You know, just going in and seeing, you know, the guy in there eating Pop-Tarts in line and with the eyelashes bigger than mine, you know, threw me off. So, you know, I just thank God I handled it better than I would have in my latter days. Okay, so let me check my ham here. Go ahead and keep them flipped. I just want them to be dark, be coated, cooked on the outside, so when I do put it inside my cabbage, my ham is already done. Okay, so now let me go ahead and chop my cabbage down. Small little cabbage. Cut that down. And I'm going to add it to some water till it's time to go into the pan. I'll just add it into some water. And then I'll break it on down and most people don't like the inner part of their cabbage, but this has a lot of vitamins. A lot of vitamins. I'm just going to continue to check on my ham here. It's going to take a while because this ham has a lot of water in. We'll just let that cook while I go ahead and chop up my green pepper, guys. Wipe off my counter. You like go in the store and you get into an argument with someone in the store before you walk out. Before you open the door, you gotta look out the door before you go out. Make sure no car's coming up to hit you because you went off on somebody inside the store, and that's karma. And I thank God that my attitude has changed, and I dealt with that in a better way than I would have a long time ago. So I see change in myself, guys. Came a long way, I'm telling you. God is good. Spared my life plenty of times. You know, God is faithful. You know, I've been hungry on the street, starving, you know, homeless. So I'm blessed. Only by the grace of God I'm still here, and I thank Him. Okay, so let me get my my green pepper cut down. I'm only going to use half. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that inner and rinse this off. Cold water. Just going to go ahead and chop that down. Okay. So I have my half of a green pepper. I'm going to go ahead and add 2 garlic cloves that I'm going to chop down for my cabbage as well. Okay, so we have that done. Let's check on my ham here. Okay, that's how I want it to. I want it nice and braised on the outside, real good, nice and crisp on the outside. I want that nice crisp there. What I'm looking for before I add it into my cabbage. After I finish cooking that down, I go ahead and add my ham and let that finish cooking. Okay, I can turn my rice off. I know that's done. Yep, coming along good. And then I can start on my sweet potatoes. We'll get that caramelized, trying this new pack here. Fresh Success. Yeah, Fresh Success sweet potato glaze. I'm going to add some brown sugar to that as well. Okay, I can go ahead and take this out. Oh boy. Took that off the pan there because I don't want my pan to be too black for my cabbage. So I'm going to have to rinse my pan out. I'm just taking my ham out of there. Okay, now that I have my ham done, just got it crispy on the outside. It'll finish cooking. And with my cabbage, once I get my cabbage fried down, so I'm just going to add 1 teaspoon of oil to my pan here. Let that get nice and hot, and I'm going to add a teaspoon of this garlic butter as well. Just going to add a teaspoon of the garlic butter to that as well. If you want a little bit more butter, you can. I mean, might as well go on and get that off the top there. So now I'm going to go ahead and add my onion to the pan, get those cooked down. I'm going to chop up some more onions because I love onions in my cabbage. Yeah, let's put some more in there. Get that cooked down. I'm going to go ahead and add my green peppers and my garlic. Get that going. I'll add my seasoning in with my cabbage once that's in the pan here. So I'm going to go ahead and chop up my jalapeno as well, in which I'm going to add some jalapeno into this cabbage. That should be enough. And I'm going to have to use my glove because I'm going to rub my eye. I don't want to rub my eyes later on and wondering what's happening. Enjoy this peaceful day here this evening. Alright, now let me get this in the pan too as well. Spicy cabbage. Get that jalapeno on up in there. That's just maybe half of a jalapeno that I chopped up and threw in the pan as well. Get that nice and cooked down. Before adding my cabbage. Okay, so now let me go ahead and add my cabbage into the pan. I'm going to add some crushed peppers to this as well. I'm going to break it down. That's because I have my core in there. I'm just going to go ahead and throw that in there. I can take some of that out actually. That way my cabbage will cook quicker. It'll be easier to break down. I'm going to leave a couple of it in because I love the taste. I really do. Just get all that cabbage in there. It's going to cook down. Smelling good. Just get all that in there. Let's get it stirred in. Trying to get those onions and the green peppers up in the top of the pan here and just let it cook down. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and add some of that Slap Your Mama right on up in there. Maybe 2 tablespoons of Slap Your Mama. I have some adobo. I'm going to add some of that in there. And I'm going to add some crushed red peppers, but I'm going to go ahead and add that last. I'm going to let that cook down. Continue to fry. I'm going to put that up on 8 and let that fry down real good. That's going to be awesome. I'm going to put those in because, like I said, I love the flavor. That's the inside of the cabbage there. That core, I like that. I like the vitamins in it. So I'm just going to go ahead and add my ham right on top of there as well. The juices from that ham in there too. And we're going to let that cook, guys, and I'll be back. Guys, I almost forgot to add my potatoes to my cabbage, guys. Lord have mercy. I did want to actually, you can actually go ahead and fry your potatoes down before you add them into your cabbage, but I forgot, so I'm just going to go ahead and add those in there and let that cook. We're going to cover and see how that's cooking down. We're going to get those potatoes down in there. I'm going to just let that cook down. I'll add more flavor seasonings as I go. I'll add more seasonings. So we have our ham, we have our jalapenos, and all those good things in this cabbage here. Nice sized chunks of ham that's going to cook down in there. I'm just going to place a lid on there and let that do what it do. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start my sweet potatoes. I have 1 can of sweet potatoes. I just want to try this out. So I made it easier for myself. So let me rinse this can off real quick here. Wipe this thing down. And I'm going to drain that. I'm going to drain all the juices off of that. I'm going to turn my pan on here. Put that on medium so I can get my butter and my brown sugar just a tad bit and to put in the pan, to add that into the pan. And then I'll have my glaze for at the end. And I'm going to test this sweet potato and yam glaze. I'm going to try this out today and see how this turns out, guys. Alright, let's open up these sweet potatoes and get this rolling so my sweet potatoes will be nice and caramelized by the time my chicken get done and my cabbage, and I can sit back and wait for everything to actually get done. Let me drain these sweet potatoes out of the can, drain all the juice out of there. None of the juices. Okay. So I have my just to drain sweet potatoes there. I don't like that burner. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and add some butter into the pan there and get this started. Get that butter melted down. That's a half a stick of butter. I don't know if you can see, but I'll show you as good as I can. I need a cameraman. I need someone to help me get started with this YouTube thing to get more views and subscribers to my channel here. But I'm doing what I can do for right now. God be the glory. Cabbage smelling good. Keeping that lid on there and let that cook down. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and add what is that? Can't see, I don't have my, this is 1/3 cup brown sugar adding into my butter there. We'll let that cook down till it get caramelized. And I'm going to go ahead and add a spoon of sugar. Just a teaspoon because it's only one little can, so I don't need much. We got that butter and we have that brown sugar and sugar caramelized in there. So now I'm just going to go ahead and add my sweet potatoes right in there. Blend that in together and we'll put that on slow. I'll add my ginger, my cinnamon, my vanilla, and all those other seasonings, all those good seasonings in there as well. So I have to go on the other side here and get that. But I'm going to turn this down and let that cook slow because it doesn't take long. So I'm just going to let that do what it do. I'm going to come back and add my seasonings in, my cinnamon and my nutmeg and my allspice. I'm just going to add 1 teaspoon in, half a teaspoon because it's only 1 can, a half a teaspoon of each into this here. And then I also have my glaze. I don't know how much seasonings is in this glaze here. I need to get my glasses. Let me get my glasses real quick, guys. Okay. Make sure everything, my area is nice and cleaned up. Okay. Alright, I'm going to read your directions on here. I'm going to read your ingredients as well. The ingredients is sugar, cornstarch, salt, natural flavor, citric acid. Yeah, I don't know if I want to actually use this thing here. Okay, now our directions is to steam or roast sweet potatoes as desired. After cooking, keep warm while glaze is prepared. In a small pot, make a glaze by adding contents of pouch to a half a cup of water. Cook over medium heat while stirring constantly until mixture comes to a boil. Boil for 30 seconds and then remove from heat. Add butter until melted. Pour glaze over cooked sweet potatoes and serve immediately. So pretty much I made my own glaze. So I really don't even need that. I made my own little glaze. It's good to read the directions. Yeah, I have my own glaze. So I don't think I'll be needing that. I'll save that for the next time I get some sweet potatoes. I'll go ahead and I'll maybe use that. I'll get 2 nice sized sweet potatoes. I'll go ahead and use that and see how that turns out using the glaze there in the packet. So I have my food on, guys. I'm going to go back, sit down. I had my service this morning. I do my service online, which was good. It was praying for our children's to be saved and to know the Lord. And that's what I've been praying for all last week and week. You know, keep living my prayers to bless my kids and, you know, so they can prosper in life and all, so they get to know Jesus, so they don't have to go through the things that I had to go through in life, which was really bad, guys. If I could tell you the story, guys, you would be so amazed that I'm standing here right now talking to you. But God is good. Through His grace and mercy, I am standing here today, and I want to thank Him. I could shout right now for real. But we're going to make sure that this food is good so my smoke alarm don't go off and all. But God bless you guys. I'm going to let this food cook. I'm going to go back and sit down and relax while my food is on. I'm going to turn this cabbage down. I don't want it to actually cook too fast. You know, I like to cook my food slow. I like the aroma in the air, and be able to know that I'm in the kitchen. So I'll be back, guys. So guys, it's been about 10 minutes, and I'm going to check my cabbage here. See how that's going and give it a nice stir here. See how that cabbage is been cooked down some already. Don't want to mess up the screen there. But the moral to my story, again, is the change. That, you know, how I was tested today after, you know, praying on the way there and getting up, having my devotions, and that was a test. But in my latter days, I'd have went hard. I would have been there, and they would have had to call the cops and everything. I would have been probably locked up, you know, because I would have stood there and just continued to argue, you know, without leaving the premises. You know, they got that trespassing now law. So my cabbage now is looking good. We're going to let that to continue to cook down. And I'm going to put it on low. As you can see, I'm just going to put it on low here and let it continue to cook. So I'm going to put that on low because it doesn't take cabbage long at all to cook. And I'm going to check my potatoes. And see, I can pinch my fork in there already. So that's maybe another 5 minutes to cook down. And my cabbage is done. But I'm going to go ahead and add my crushed peppers to my cabbage now. And get that in. So you see, this can be spicy cabbage. Okay. You can also add red pepper. Cut up some red pepper, put in there as well with the green pepper. And that'll give it some more flavor too. So I'm going to just keep that on low because that's pretty much done. Put that lid back on there. And let me check on my sweet potatoes. I'm going to let that caramelize down. See, that has a long way to go. It's still a lot of juice, you know. I want to caramelize up on them potatoes. Sweet potatoes there. I have that on low as well while my chicken is cooking. I can go ahead and turn my chicken up. So let's put that on 400. Put that on 400. And let's get this dinner rolling here. So I can add my barbecue sauce. I got some Hickory smoked flavored barbecue sauce to go with that brown sugar bourbon. And we'll see the flavors in that today. So, I'll be back. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and check on my chicken to see how that's coming along. Oh, I need something else to pull it out. See how that's coming along here. Ooh. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Coming along good. I can add my sauce on there. There's my fork. Bit of fork in here. There we go. Okay, let's check this chicken, flip this chicken. Ooh, that chicken's done. Look at that. I'm going to go ahead and get that vegetables and stuff cooked down in there really good. Now I can go ahead and add my barbecue sauce on my chicken. I can poke that pork in there. This is looking good. Ooh, it's falling. It's falling apart already. That's a thick chicken breast there too. Look at all that meat. So I'm going to go ahead and add my barbecue sauce on my chicken here. Cabbage is done. And it has the hickory smoke flavor to this barbecue sauce. Delicious, guys. This is some good barbecue sauce. I like that hickory smoke flavor in my barbecue, guys. Okay, so let me go ahead and add some barbecue sauce, and we don't need much. I don't want to get those flavors. Just spread that on that chicken. Give it that gloss. Put that back in the oven for a good another 10 minutes. I'm going to flip it again and add some barbecue sauce on the other side as well. And flip it back over and add some more sauce to that. That celery in there, some onions up on there. I'm going to flip it again and add just a tad bit more barbecue sauce to it. Just let it bake some more. That skin in there. Great flavors, guys. Just add some more barbecue sauce on top of there. I think I put my, I want to add some brown sugar to that as well. Give it a sweet flavor with that hickory. I'm just going to add some brown sugar and just let that bake down in there too. Yeah, that's how we're going to do that. Yep, that's how that's going. Guys, look at that. And I'm going to put that back in the oven. Let that bake for another 10 minutes. Let that barbecue sauce cook up on that chicken. Because I'm cooking in this kitchen. And I'm going to check my sweet potatoes and turn those up because my food is almost done. That's that hickory smoke chicken there, guys. Okay, I'm going to place my chicken back in the oven. And I'm going to check my sweet potatoes to make sure that they're coming along good. See if I need to turn those up. They're caramelizing down. I'm going to turn it up. Rear. Let me turn it up so that I can cook a little faster. I added my cinnamon, my allspice, and I also add some ginger flavoring in. Now I'm going to just add a tad bit of lemon juice to that. Just a tad bit of lemon juice to give that a nice kick in the bite. Lemon juice, you can add lemon juice or orange juice to that. That's coming along good. I turned it up. That's caramelizing real good. Coming together. Cabbage done. Yeah. I can turn my cabbage back up and let those juices continue to cook down. But that's done. And I'm going to just go ahead and add some, what is it? Some chives. Some chives to that. Some more of those chives in there. I don't know if you can see my sweet potatoes cooking down, blazing up real good. I just want the juices to blaze on up in there. You can also do that in the oven, do the same in the oven. Cook it right in the oven and cook it slow in the oven. It'll come out real good too. So this is my dinner for today. I got my rice on already done. So this is a good meal for me today. You put the lid back on these sweet potatoes and let that boil down to that caramelize up and just, yeah. Got that to do today, for real. Okay, guys, let's let that sit in the oven for another 5 to 10 minutes to let that barbecue sauce, let that, oh boy, I'm all over the place because I'm ready to eat now. Let that brown sugar melt down on top of that chicken and we'll be ready to go. Keep an eye on these sweet potatoes. They're coming along good. I turned them up and now it's just caramelizing all up in those sweet potatoes. So I'm going to get ready to get my plate set up and get ready to show you how everything turned out. Okay guys, my chicken is done. I put it back in for another 10 minutes. I have my rice already on the plate. I'm about to go ahead and show you the end results of my barbecue chicken here. There we have it, guys. Delicious barbecue chicken. I don't want to do too much. Delicious barbecue chicken, guys. Look at that. That could be my thumbnail. Okay. So let me go ahead and add my cabbage to the plate here. With that ham. I can turn my sweet potatoes off. I'm going to add that right beside my we got some potatoes in there. We got our green peppers in there. And another piece of that ham up in there. Fried cabbage. I'm gonna rinse this off and put my sweet potatoes on plate. And get this meal rolling here. You're gonna let that chicken cool off. See that? That's what I wanted. Turn that off. Nice and caramelized. We're going to sit that right beside our caramelized up real good. Yeah. We don't need too much of that glaze there. And I have my chicken, guys. We have our sweet potatoes there looking good. Put that lemon, touch of that lemon in there with that. I'm gonna clean my plate up. Guys, dinner is served. Here we have it. We have our easy, quick Sunday meal. Let me show you that chicken again. Got that barbecue chicken there. Looking good. Yeah. We got that to do. In the kitchen with Chef Carol, guys. God bless you. Enjoy your day. Love you with the love of Christ. See you soon.